Man, I've been wanting to record another one of these for so long. I'm so excited. I'm so glad y'all liked it. Welcome back. Last we left off, I, Cricket Paw, had just been apprenticed to my awesome cousin Mudfang, with whom I am certain that nothing will go wrong. And I also got more cousins. Come here, Fig. He shakes his head at you disapprovingly. He has so much to learn. This kid doesn't know taste. He's 2 minutes old. So I probably smell weird. I've been outside. Actually, I haven't been outside camp yet. I don't think my Apprenticed has taken me out yet. Ooh, I gotta do that. Clover Kit. Aww. Just purring. Well, one of them likes me and one of them hates me, so we'll see how that goes. I keep clicking up here because I'm used to regular clan gen. Now that I'm a little older and able to participate in camp more freely, I'm starting to realize maybe Logstripe is kind of intimidating. I mean, the whole Gossip Club is, but Logstripe's always seemed like the fun one, you know? And she is the fun one, but her way of being mischievous and maybe manipulative about it can scare sensitive cats like Minnowmore, it turns out. You're not talking? Oh no, what's wrong, bud? I think Minnowmore is a little upset. Wants to compliment Logstripe's fighting techniques. Oh, maybe you're nervous. Where's Logstripe? As Cricket Paw falls over again, still not grasping how to shift her weight with that move, Minnowmore watches her from the side of the training ring, sitting apart from the rest of the patrol, but not alone. Minnowmore is confused. Why manifest here now during this training? Ghosts! But when the ghostly presence loses it... Oh, what? Aw, a baby apprentice! Damn, Minnowmore's getting visions of StarClan. I feel like that's... Am I special? Have I been chosen? In hindsight, I'm not sure that was a real StarClan cat. I think Minnowmore just had a vision of the future, but didn't interpret it properly because she's not a medic and doesn't really know how to do that. But why I think that and what it means, we'll get there. Oh no, Wisteria Paw's yellow cough! Oh no. Slopestar tries to show off, but screws up the coordination of the entire patrol. He sees a brand new apprentice and he's like, watch this, then he completely fucks it up. Again, now that I'm an apprentice and getting more well-rounded view of what the adults are like in their day-to-day, I'm learning more about them. It's nice to see that most of the clan seems to get along with Shadowflake, even though he's a bitch to us, the kids. It confirms what I was thinking about, that he's just, he's deflecting and he just wants to raise his kids. Let's get Blotch. You know what? I haven't really spoken to Blotch Cloud. All I know is she's extremely irresponsible. Busy, sorry. Okay, fair enough. Maybe she is responsible, and she's just, the work-life balance is, you know. Slopestar, what do you think of him? His leadership style, the choices he's made. What do you have done differently if you were in that position? Probably tripped on less people. I'm just curious. What do you think of who's in charge can really reveal a lot about your character? I fucking love Slopestar, dude. Huh, interesting. But do you really mean that? Or are you just worried about what would happen if you answered differently? I fucking love Slopestar, dude. Big fat rabbit, or here's a fox, the best apprentice that anyone's ever seen. And also Jade Paw with no fanfare. Logstripe as his mentor. Okay. We do need a medic apprentice because Shadowflake's getting pretty old, and I have an interesting story idea that I will tell in narration between the things. Hi, it's Between the Things, Murphy. To recap, Bugpaw and her siblings are illegally the offspring of the medic Shadowflake. No one noticed the first litter, Wisteria and Gardenia, but Bugpaw looks a lot like him, and it's starting to spread some rumors. Now, in a standard clan, that's a big old punishment for Shadowflake, but our leader and deputy are both the rebel sorts. They don't really care about rules, but they do care about their people. So while they're willing to let a broken law slide, they're not really willing to let meanness slide, especially from such an important helper position. They decide that Shadowflake's quote-unquote punishment is that he's forced to take one of his own kits on as an apprentice. Their hope here is that getting to actually raise and nurture one of his kids will stop him from being a bitch to our whole batch of now apprenticed kittens. Plus, he's old and needs one anyway. He picked Bugpaw. You started off with Poppytail, Mommy, as your mentor, but I'm actually going to change you to being a medicine apprentice. Bugpaw is painstakingly perfecting a battle move on the training area. She's failing a bit without an enemy to work with. I don't think Bugpaw is particularly happy about being a medic apprentice, though. She seems like she really would have... Oops, I didn't know that the scroll wheel would do that. She stops when she sees you, brightening a bit at the prospect of a sparring partner. Hey, yeah, let's go. Hi, Cricket Paw, perfect timing. Mind helping me out? I just need to make sure I have the landing for this belly rake down. It won't take long, I swear to it. I got this, I'm sure of it. Please don't belly rake me. Please, you're gonna learn herbs a lot faster if you belly rake me, and not in the good way. Earning your full name is about much more. I don't remember what voice I gave him. Earning your full name is about much more than learning new skills. You have to understand what it means to be a full member of ShimmerClan and do whatever it takes to uphold our values. So that being said, you memorized the warrior code? Fuck yeah, dude, I had that shit memorized as a baby. Really? Okay, what's the first rule? Oh, fuck. I definitely didn't cheat, and it's always defend my clan. Well done, I can already tell you make a great clanmate. Damn, now that I'm... you know what? Giving him Bug Paw as his apprentice did make him nicer. It worked! Good job, Slopestar and Chivepelt. Oh, Slopestar's old now. Good for him. We're having a pretty rough winter, though. Lots of sickness and food scarcity. Our leader isn't taking it well, and Chivepelt's too sick to bring him back down to Earth. Oh, hello, Cricket Paw. I don't remember anybody's voice. They're all gonna be different, sorry. Slopestar, a cat who usually pulls off such harmless antics, stares at you, though you just witnessed him commit an ultimate atrocity. You notice a slight mesh dripping from his paws. Uh-oh. Or jaws? I did. So, how are you? Have you, eaten well? No? Did I eat the last of the fresh kill? Of course not. Why would a tiny, goofy little cat like me ever do that? If you really think I ate the last piece, you must think I'm some kind of monster. Okay, fine. I'm a terrible liar. I ate the last piece. Please don't tell anyone. I was starving. I couldn't help myself. Please don't hate. Oh, you aren't mad? Oh, okay. You good, bud? Are you okay? You're the leader. Ooh, we're telling each other ghost stories. Cricket Paw and Gardenia Paw wind each other up, making up story after story and increasing tales of horror until finally one sounds a little too harebrained and both of them nearly fall over laughing, the tension eased by giggles. Aw, I'm gonna go chat with my friend. Let's tell more horror stories. How do you feel after getting back? Gardenia Paw bats at a falling leaf with precision, clearly showing off. Ah, you saw that? Just a little move I picked up. Nothing too fancy. I can show it to you sometime, if you want. Ooh, Gardenia Paw. Wisteria, are you okay? I mean, I don't like you very much, but that doesn't mean you can be sick. Oh, it's one bear. Bubba totally took credit for my idea earlier. Oh, was the leaf batting move yours? Okay, well, maybe it wasn't fully my idea, but it was definitely involved in its creation. Was it your mentor? And by that, I mean it was technically there when Bubba... Oh, okay. Well, go fuck yourself then. Man, in theory, I'd like to flirt with Gardenia, but at the same time... This is a genetics challenge, so I should probably pick someone I can reproduce with. Okay, so you're gonna hear me struggle with this throughout the episode, but I've thought about it and I have a solution. Lifegen does have an allow to breed with outside cats option, but if I turn that on, that applies to everyone and not just me. However, GeneMod, not Lifegen, has an allow surrogates option. It doesn't exist in Lifegen, so I can't turn it on, but it gave me an idea. If I ended up getting with Gardenia, or another cat of the same sex as me, here's what I'm going to do. 1. Allow us to adopt a litter as the game normally would. 2. Pick which one of us the litter makes more sense to have come from biologically. And 3. Save file in that parent as the bio parent and someone else of my choosing as a surrogate. Yes, it involves save file editing and I get free pick of parent too, but I won't be altering the kitten's appearances, so it's no more than I did during the setup in the last session. Honestly, this threatens to be even harder than getting with someone of the complementary sex, because the kittens won't be constrained by clan gens look similar to your parents' math and can hypothetically have any appearance, so wish me luck. Alright babies, what's up? Clover Kit, hello! Whines about being hungry, oh... Who are you? What are you doing in the nursery? I am your cousin! Larchfleck, there's a strange cat in here! I'm not that much older than you. Larchfleck knows me. He raised me too, dude. I'm your cousin. So what, Mudfang is overworking herself. Oh, where is Mudfang? Mudfang stretches out blissfully in a sunbeam in the middle of the clearing while the rest of the clan has to avoid tripping over her. Not the most considerate cat, is she? No, probably not, but that's okay. It's funny. Maybe that's why Fig Kit thinks she's overworking herself. Maybe it's like, oh man, she's flopping over right in the middle of camp. She's so tired. And like, you look around, she's just like smirking to herself. The leader trips over. Mudfang calls for you to help the medicine cat, Shadowflake, for a day. The only thing you do is gather herbs, leaving you sore and exhausted. Oh, okay. Looks like we're doing that today then. Oh no, Shadowflake is sick. Okay, well that explains why we're helping. Because Bugpaw can't go out alone. Let's go help. In the leaf-bare snow, the chances of finding any usable daisies seem slim. Bugpaw hesitates. Should she even try to look? Of course! We're here to help. Not only does Cricketpaw end up soaked to the skin, but she also didn't end up finding any daisies in the snow. By the time she returns to camp, she's left cold, wet, and shivering violently. I had a really bad day. That sucked. I don't want to do that again. Well, you know, I think we had our awful bonding experience and we got a little closer together. Plus, we've been battle training, you know. Bugpod really does not like being an apprentice in the medicine den. Oh no, now I'm sick. Oh, I got frostbite. That makes sense. I remember Angel playing this game my girlfriend playing this game for the first time, and she was like, oh no, they should not break the warrior code. And I was like, no, do not proceed. Because if you hit proceed, you'll get either a little food and a little negative relationship, or you'll get a lot of food. And if you hit don't proceed, you'll get no food. And she was like, what? I'm like, that's just how the patrols work. So we're gonna take it. Yep, see? Smart. Always do the stupid thing. That's my Clan Gen advice. Always make the stupid decision. Poor Bugpaw really does not like being a medic and really wants to do all the cool warrior training. It's an open secret amongst the apprentices, and I've sparred with her here and there, but ever since we bonded on our little miserable herb excursion together, I've been meeting up with her pretty frequently to pass on what Mudfang is teaching me. Hey, Cricket Paw, want to see this battle move I just learned? I totally got it mastered. Bugpaw attempts the move, trips over her own paws, and lands unceremoniously on the ground. I could have sworn I had it down. Aw, don't worry, we'll work on it together. I need to hang out with my brother. Tell us to talk Bugpaw about being a medicine. Oh my god, we are all helping Bugpaw. I think the other apprentices are starting to join in. We're all meeting up with Bugpaw whenever we can, and the rest of us distract the adults so no one notices. It's fun having a little secret battle train Bugpaw club. Not all of the apprentices got to join our club, though. What happened to Wisteria? Hang on. No, what happened to you? When did you... Oh, I didn't finish reading the morning's events. Oh my god. Wisteria Paw died of yellow cough, and so did Figkit? Well, who was the other baby you were? Oh no, Figkit just got it. Okay. Oh no, that's really bad, because that means I have to draw him in this position forever. In the context of just playing the game, this is a nice sprite. Very dynamic. A little hard to see the markings sometimes, but it's cute. I'm gonna have to draw this, and I'm not happy about it. That is the vision Minomore got. That wasn't a real StarClan apprentice. It was a warning from StarClan that we were going to lose an apprentice. Maybe if Shadowflake had gotten it instead, he would have been more prepared, but alas, Minomore didn't know any better. Rest in peanuts, Wisteria Paw. You kind of sucked. Some people did point out the lightning fur is already starting to fade. I did forget to change how long ago he died, and I'm too lazy to do it, so he's just... Nobody cared about him, and they forgot about him immediately. We do have one adult on our side. Blushcloud figured us out, the one time where all of us were teaching her, so there was no one to be the distraction, of course. But she is on our side. Kind of? Hey, remember that party you held for Bugpaw the other day? Oh yeah, when I was... we and all the other apprentices got together and tried to teach her how to fight, yeah. Well, I'm just curious, why wasn't I invited? Because it was an apprentice party, dude. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't gonna go either way, but it's nice to know other cats are thinking about you. I don't know how to feel about Blushcloud. She's weird. Figkit makes a silly face at you. Aw. Clovekit. Soaking the court of the nursery. Yeah, what's up? What? Your breath stinks and your fur looks funny. Leave me alone. Oh, you're probably also really scared. I mean, your sibling, your littermate, has the same disease that just killed an apprentice. It's Logstripe! I do have to change that. Hold on. Let me get a die. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me get a D4. For those who play my virtual breeding game, I'm using the same D4 that I used to roll for your litters, so that'll be fun. There it is. I'm also using the same dice roller, my cool skull. 3. Looks like Ashfang is your mentor, who's currently still a queen, but, you know, soon enough. This action will have consequences. I don't know, I just don't think it's good for their social development to have their own mentor, their own parent as a mentor. I also try to avoid the leader because the leader's probably really busy. But, you know, if they were already Apprentice the Deputy and then the leader dies, you know. Who's your mentor? Oh, it's Tulipstream! Yeah! I should have checked that earlier. Meanwhile, Tulipstream is spending a little too much time with the Gossip Club. Real warriors are strong, we're fearless, we never back down from a fight. I like Tulipstream less and less as time goes on, I think. Tulipstream is acting to me like Logstripe acts to people who aren't family. But in you I sense uncertainty. Maybe you should see the medicine cat about it. Should I? Do you want them to put me on an SSRI? I don't think we have those. I mean, I do see the medicine cat regularly. Her name is Bugpaw, and I'm teaching her to beat people up. You threaten to report Tulipstream to the deputy unless he returns an item he stole to you. What did you take? Hey, go right ahead. Nothing in the warrior code against petty theft. Yeah, of course I have the entire warrior code memorized. Do you have any idea how many loopholes in it I've been able to exploit? You are definitely I remember this from the last session. You and my birth mom are getting a little too close. Ashfang is napping peacefully in her nest. That's not gonna last. A flick of her tail uncovers a patch of moss, revealing a heavy... Ooh, there's a shiny rock, two-legged objects, and hey! Is that the feather you lost moons ago? Motherfucker! 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 Tulip Stream? You gave her my fuck you. Dude! Heads up, Cricket Paw. Moss in the Elder's Den need changing. Oh shit, hold on, let me go do that. Oh, hi, Cricket Paw. You wanted to speak to me? Sure, I suppose. I'm not busy. I was just, sleeping. The clan has been well recently, hasn't it? Larchfleck seemed in a pleasant mood, judging from the slight spring in his step. Aw, their relationship's going well. That's good. I'm genuinely glad for him. The days are ours for the taking, and I'm glad every cat's ready for it. Yeah, I bet you're really glad that your in-law isn't divorcing for the 50th time. Let's hear a story. Tell a Starkland story to the medic. A light battle. Marigold Fern chuckles to herself as she begins to share the story of the light battle. One day, a group of Starkland cats were walking near the Dark Forest border when they spotted a gap in the barricade. There's a barricade? I guess otherwise the Dark Forest cats would just walk in. Before they could get any closer, a murky paw poked through the hole, clawing it a little wider. Though the hole wasn't large enough for a cat to slip through, it was large enough for a Dark Forest cat to peer through it. And the Starkland patrol caught a glimpse of the inky intruder flinching backwards at the light of Starkland's territory. Outraged, the patrol would have attacked the trespasser, if not for the suggestion of one Starkland cat with mischief twinkling in their eyes. Was there truly a need for a fight? Clearly this intruder had vision. The chances were they were so used to darkness that the brightness of Starkland territory was hurting their eyes. There's a great fucking post that I'll put on screen if I can find it. Oh god, Murphy, remember to save it after recording or we'll never find it again. My friend CICADA sent me. That's like, the funny thing about cats is that murder mode is not the picture on the left, but the picture on the right, and the picture on the left is like a cat with kind of a grumpy expression and little slit eyes, and the one on the right, that's the murder mode, is like the cutest, biggest eyes you've ever seen. And then someone drew that with Starkland cats and with Dark Forest cats. And it's like, oh yeah, the Starkland cats, they look like they're perpetually, happy and friendly because they have that kind of, it's light out, their eyes are always a little bit squinted, they have these, thin pupils, and the Dark Forest cats are always they always look at you like they're gonna eat you because they have, the big hunting eyes because it's so dark all the time. But for us, the humans... Eventually, the Dark Forest intruder clawed a large enough hole in the border to claw through, and just as the mischievous Starkland cats guessed, standing shoulder to shoulder was sufficient confrontation. The Dark Forest cat, the intense glow of the Starkland cat's pelt, plus the natural light of Starkland territory, served as a painful blow to the eyes. The intruder yowled in pain and scuttled back to the Dark Forest, leaving the Starkland cats howling with laughter as they began patching up the border. It was money. It was money. Wow, we invented that. It was one of many instances that proved Starkland cats to be bright in more ways than one. That's a really cool story. Thank you, Grandma, and thank you also to whoever implemented this feature and wrote these stories. This is really cool. I'm not going to read all of them that I do because they're long, but that's really fun. I think you should do a scavenger hunt with Clover to help distract her from her brother's mortality. Will you please tell Longstripe to stop asking other cats to be my friends? I've tried to tell her I'm fine on my own. I don't know, you've always been better with the feeling stuff. I'll try, man. Thank you. Yeah, hold on, where is she? Longstripe, we need to stop butting into Bugpaw's social life. I found this super cool cave network just outside the territory. Want to explore with me later? No, that sounds terrifying. Caving is scary. What was I doing outside the territory? Do you seriously expect me to spend my entire life on ShimmerClan territory? How could any cat be happy being trapped like that? Well, given my headcanons, we're fine, actually. It's basically just like being a kitty pet with extra steps, except we don't get good medical care. No offense to the medics. Are you coming with me or not? Okay, real-life Murphy is terrified of caving, but real-life Murphy is also not the size and flexibility of a cat. Glad I could help open up your mind. I swear, Cricket Paw, this is actually going to blow ShimmerClan territory out of the water. The journey is short. Logstripe leads you to a dazzling network of caves just outside Tulip Place. Wow! Logstriper's right. The cave's beauty really is breathtaking. You turn to camp with your heart racing, thrilled by the experience. Damn! Shit, we should show Jadepaw. We should also show Bugpaw. We shouldn't, but this cold is driving me stir crazy. Must escape camp. Mom found a really good... one of them's mom, one of them's mama. In case I'm like calling one of them mom consistently and you're like, you have two of those. In my head, Logstripe is mom and the other one's mama. Must escape camp. Mom has a really good, cool cave that she can show you. Are you feeling any better, Chivepelt? On the night of the gathering, Chivepelt is watching the moon rise. I know the Star Clan expresses their frustration with us fighting at gatherings by covering the moon with clouds. But couldn't they have been a little more creative with it? Why not make some weirdly shaped clouds that only cover up parts of the moon? Make the moon look like it's making faces at us. That would be really funny. I know I'd behave at a gathering if the moon itself was glaring at me. I should hang out with Chivepelt specifically while she's sick more often. You wake up in the middle of the night to find Mudfangs sneaking out of camp. Oh, that's okay. I know, you're going out to the caves with Mom. I'm sleepwalking? Yeah, sleepwalking, that's it. I've been to the caves with Mom. It's okay. As before, in the background of all this fun, winter stays harsh. Prey is scarce. We'll all have to double down and only take what we need for the sake of Shimmer Clan. Ooh, yeah. Ashfang saved you. Oh, shit. Thank you for saving my brother. Thank you. Minnow sits in the crowd. Chef busts out into the Gardenia Heart! Yeah! Congrats! Oh, Logstripe and Poppytail broke up. No, those are my parents! Again, you'll hear me being confused in the recording, but I've given it some thought since then. My parents have wanted to try for another litter for a while now, but Jadepaw very suddenly almost dying not long after Wisteria Paw's death made them a little anxious. Mama! I love you, Cricket Heart. I love you too, Mama. Aw, I'm sorry if I don't say it enough either. Without you, I don't know what I'd do. Aww. Oh, you know what? I think Poppytail's really nervous about having more kids. Or, well, it made my mom anxious. It made Mama outright panic. They had a fight about whether they still want to try again, and Soft broke up, but they got back together again after some time to cool off, plus apologies and serious conversation, mediated by Blotchcloud, of course. Hold on, I need to get the mediator on this. Dude, now is not the time to be talking about how you're hungry. My parents got divorced. Hi, I brought you moss. Oh, good afternoon, Cricket Paw. You enjoying the day too? Yeah, I'm just sitting outside enjoying the breeze. I love my optimistic-ass grandma. Sometimes you gotta embrace normalcy. I don't know how that's normalcy, but okay. Sometimes things can change so suddenly. Yeah, things change super suddenly. Actually, I had to quit the game and go edit my the character file because I got warrior name too fast. And apparently it caused my parents to get divorced. Did I tell you about the tale when the moon swallowed the sun? No, you haven't. Tell me about that. Let's go. Oh, I feel horrible. But at least we're in this together, right? I know, I'm sorry. Of course, being close to my family, I try to spend a lot of time with my baby cousins, not just because I love them, but to be the cool big cousin I was lucky to have when I was their age. And also, low-key as a replacement for Tulip Stream. Get them more trinkets for her collections! Oh, you're gonna get along with my family. Cricket, help me, I'm refusing to hide for Larchfleck. Larchfleck is super annoying, I got you. With a quick nod, you hide Cloverkit under your legs! Larchfleck wanders past sniff in the air. Cricket Paw, have you seen Cloverkit? It's bath time, and I think she's hiding. No? Okay, well, she can't be far. Larchfleck leaves, and Cloverkit shakes with laughter underneath you. Bro, you gotta go take a bath, you stinky! Fig Kid, are you okay? Your mentor just gave me an earful. That was hard to watch. Oh, yeah, for hiding your littermate. Figkit joyfully follows a butterfly as it flaps between the flowers, observing the bug movements through the field. He seems busy in his curiosity to talk right now, but best to leave him to his fun and his new friend. Aww. Cloverkit makes fun of Logstripe. Cloverkit, I'm sorry, Logstripe does not have any insecurities. You are digging your own grave. You're giving her all of your insecurities, and it's gonna come back to get you. You find Cloverkit sulking at the corner of the nursery and decide to approach her. What? Your breath stinks and your fur looks funny. Leave me alone. Aw. Well, your sibling survived, so I don't know why you're still being a bitch. Basilstorm sharply prods you with the side of a paw while you're lounging in camp. Look alive. Oh, fuck. Get up. Bro. Alright, I'm going on patrol. I'm going. Oh, that's right, I'm still sick. I can't go on patrol. Hey, fuck you, dude! I'm sick! Poor Chivepelt is still sick and really knocking at death's door. I check on her pretty frequently. Usually she says some semi-delusional fever shit and it's hilarious, but one talk got a little serious. Chivepelt, are you okay? Still have green cough? I miss Starling Fern. Me too, dude. Every time I go on a patrol, I find myself looking at all the flowers and rocks and plump prey and wishing Starling Fern were still here to see it all. Do you think he made it Silverpelt? Maybe he found some other ghost cat and knows what's going on. Whimsical adventures save the world together. Well, it's nice to get a little bit of characterization post-mortem on the guy. Yeah, I like that. Sounds like something Starling Fern would do. I hope he gets to tell me about it when we meet again. Don't talk like that, dude. I know win is vague, but you're gonna pull through this. You're gonna pull through this bug paw. Set. Shadowflake, you have to help Chivepelt. Can't keep up with Chivepelt. Oh no! Oh, the prognosis is grim. I never knew Starling Fern. I haven't really given him that much thought. I know Slopestar had a sibling, and I saw people mourning him in my kithood, but he was always kind of a vague idea to me, the shape of a cat with no real personhood. It's strange hearing about someone who died before my time with so much familiarity and fondness. Is this what it's gonna sound like to my new cousins, telling them about Wisteria Paw? Anyway, time to go be gay. Gardenia Heart, save me, Gardenia Heart. Cricket Paw, just the cat I wanted to see. How are ya? Gardenia Heart flashes a smile so dazzlingly bright it's almost hypnotizing. Man! How cool would it be to bang Gardenia Heart? Yeah! Alright, I'm named a little early, but it's 11 moons, so that's okay. The clan gathers around the great rock, their eyes watching you as the clan leader. Watching you and your clan leader. As Slopestar ascend, the solemn silence falls. Why is it solemn? This is fun. This is cool. Let's party. Step forward, the moment comes. A flurry, pride, and nerves. Your leader touches your head. Your nose, cricket hard. Yeah! Oh, thank God. Chivepelt's okay. Okay, good. Whoa! Oh my God. Oh, my mom's pregnant again. Oh, post-divorce pregnancy returns. Who killed my fucking... I mean, I guess I don't know. I would check. I know it says. But, like, in character, I don't know. So I'm just not gonna look. I can never get away with anything. Dustfar can get away with murder, if my mother didn't say about it. Don't talk about someone getting away with murder. My cousin was murdered, actually. Rest in peace, my coolest cousin. Now I only have the shitty cousin who stole my feather. Doesn't think you'll look the same about Mudfang. Me neither, dude. Do you want a bond over grief, or do you want to keep being a bitch? You threaten to report Tulipstream to the deputy unless he returns an item he stole to you. Stop doing that! Maybe it's because Chivepelt's near-death sickness reminded her of her grief for Starling Fern around the same time that Tulipstream lost his sister, but they've been getting along lately, and not in a good way. Chivepelt, help! Oh no. No, they're in cahoots! Minomora is up before first light, looking bleary-eyed and absolutely miserable. No! I'm gonna kill Chivepelt. Like, actually, Chivepelt's letting Tulipstream get away with a lot, I think. There's some good news about Chivepelt almost dying, though, and that's that she realized she needs to confess her feelings before it's too late. Slopestar and Chivepelt realize oh, shit! Damn! You guys are, like, lifelong friends. Alright, I'm a warrior now, Bugpaw. That means I have a little more authority. Still not enough to teach you to fight, but enough that we can sneak out of camp a little easier, I think. Sorry, Cricket Heart, I can't chat right now. Shadowflake really needs me to sort the herb stores right now. I can solve that problem. Hold on. Where are you? Let's go out on a... Oh. What? What just happened? Well, I guess Shadowflake caught us and stopped that plan in its tracks. So, fair enough. Because of all this secret medic training and my two besties being Gardenia Heart and Bugpaw, I've been not neglecting my baby brother, we still spend plenty of time together, but maybe not noticing his slow personality shift as much as I should have. Let's be a fierce warrior someday. I got you, bro. You know, Shadepaw already playing with some kits, a rare smile on his face. What do you mean rare? I guess he's like trying to get more serious. He seems to notice your gaze, pausing and accidentally stumbling over Kit. Nodding, you look away. It's good to have him see fun every once in a while. Well, your mentor is Ashfang, and Ashfang's pretty sturdy, so maybe you're just like, maybe you got a little bit of a strict mentor. Well, Ashfang has been the least characterized so far between the Gossip Club. Let's get to know Ashfang a little. Maybe we'll find out why our brother is a little bit sad. You wake up in the middle of the night to find Ashfang sneaking out of the camp. Oh, you're going to the caves with Mom. Okay. I'll learn more about you later. Mom, you really shouldn't be going out to the caves. You're pregnant. I found this super cool cave network. I know! You're pregnant. Stop going there. Let's go out on patrol first, though. Oh, you got named? You got named early! Oh my god. Congrats, JADECLAW! Blotchcloud is sharing tongues with a Shadowflake in the clearing. A fucking Do not get knocked up again, I swear to God. Fig, are you still sick? Goodness, 2 months of yellow... Oh my god. That's Bubpaw what every herb does, but isn't retaining a word of it. Oh. Can I ask you a question, Cricket Heart? Why do we follow the warrior code? According to my mom, we don't. It just sounds strange because why do we let cats of the past tell us who we get to be? I get it, but I just hope StarClan has a plan for me. A great one. I hope the plan is that you survive. Maybe I'll be a leader? Someone you can rely on. Or a deputy, proud to serve the clan. Or a warrior, strong like you. Or what about a medic? Or a queen? Aw, I don't know yet, but when I do, I'll tell you. And you'll be there to help me, right? I would love to be there to help you, Fig. Please don't die. Meanwhile, I worry that StumpClan might have noticed that our medic and his apprentice look a little too similar. A heated argument with the StumpClan patrol leaves you ruffled. Oh shit. We have the same suffix, and I'm so proud. Same suffix, bestie! Gardenia Hart is taking her brother's death in stride. She's handled her grief well overall, but I think Dustpaw has low-key become a replacement. I'm not sure how healthy that is in the long term, but they seem to be getting along. Dustpaw and I are in the middle of a prank war. Want to help me get him back? Yeah! I was thinking we could pour honey into his nest. Ooh, or fill a piece of prey with yarrow and trick him into eating it. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna go we'll need Bugpaw for the yarrow. Bugpaw! Bugpaw. Someone keeps pelting me with acorns. Shit, if I beat him up, will you give me some yarrow? You know what? I want to mentor Fig Kit. I wonder if I can, there's a way to request. Request apprentice. I hopefully will end up mentoring Fig Kit. If I end up mentoring Clover Kit, I'll be upset, but I mean, someone has to mentor the little bastard. God fucking damn it. Putting your daughter as your apprentice has really made you suck less, but unfortunately she hates it. Circling the evil StumpClan. Do we not like Ice Clan or StumpClan? I mean, I guess StumpClan has been mean to us lately. We haven't fought them, though. I haven't been in any battles, actually. I mean, I've been in practice scrapes. I haven't even fought, like, a badger. First genetics of the thing. Breeze Kit. Do we have a Breeze already? No? Okay. Oh, that's right. Wait, how did Breeze Kit ask me a question? You're the size of one bean. Oh, look at you. Yeah, you are definitely black smoke. When you settle into your nest for the night, you feel a stone under your haunches. What did you fucking do? When you move the disturbance, you notice it's covered in the scent of Breeze Kit. A rather unwelcoming prank, but a slight nonetheless. You'll be sure to get him back for this transgression. Breeze Kit is a black smoke ghosting tick. Runs in the family. That means we now know that Poppytail would be ghost ticked if all the fur physics didn't get in the way. Breeze Kit is male, so he gets Poppytail's entire Y chromosome alongside Longstripe's... Wait a minute. Longstripe doesn't have any little O's. She's entirely ginger. God damn it. Alright, Mom, here's your one-way ticket to Torty Town. Don't come back. The rest is straightforward. Now that Longstripe has a little O, she can pass it on. Thank fuck all babies came out long hair, because so are both parents. We already know she has a little A from me, because I'm not a baby either, plus a little A from Smoke Poppytail, and Poppytail's single capital I to smokify this baby. Ghosting Ticked, as I said, comes from Poppytail's single capital TA, but he's heterozygous because Logstripe only has little TAs. Because Logstripe is high white, she only has S alleles to give to her kids, and so Breeze Kit is going to need a little added white. Shadow Kit. Oh, you're pretty! I think you are, chocolate ticked. Wowee! When I grow up, I can't wait to be as big as you. Look at your long claws and your teeth. And my fangs will be that sharp someday. I remember being your size. Bruh. Damn. I was so tiny. What the fuck? We also learned from this litter that Logstripe is heterozygous on a goatee because she'll need little A's for all of us non-tabbies, but she also had 2 tabbies in this litter who can't get capital A's from Poppytail and thus need them from her instead. She's ginger, which is apostatic to little a, so it thankfully doesn't affect her design outside of how I draw her black base patches. And as a reminder, yes, JADECLAW is a tabby, but he's also adopted. The first of these tabbies is Shadow Kit, which is a taken name. I didn't realize until after I was done recording, but Shadowflake already yoinking that prefix means this baby needs a different name, lest I become confused later on. I've changed Shadow Kit to the opposite of his birth name, Light Kit. In the recording, he's still Shadow Kit, but I'll be calling him Light Kit here in the post-recording, talking genetics. Light Kit is chocolate tick, long hair and tick happen through the same means as Breeze Kit. He doesn't have inhibitor though, so he'll get the same double little eye treatment as me. He's also tabby, so like I said, I'm giving that to Logstripe, who gives it to him. Now, chocolate is recessive to black, so it'd be very easy to say both parents are just carrying chocolate, but I'm unhappy about having Ditorbia Logstripe, and chocolate tends to blend in a little bit better with ginger than sheer black does, and being a tabby helps blend it in even more, so I'm going to make Logstripe chocolate. She's now a little b something heterozygote. Strictly speaking, we don't know if Poppytail is capital B little b heterozygote because B1, which codes for cinnamon, is recessive to both black and chocolate, and the jury's still out on if one of us is going to need cinnamon later down the line. But for the sake of reminding myself that she's heterozygous here, and with the acceptance that the nature of the challenge means changing cats around when needed, I'll tentatively pen her down for carrying chocolate. But I'm still listing Light Kit as little b blank just out of caution. Thankfully, Light Kit already has some white, so no changes there. He gets an S from Mom and a W from Mama. Whoa! Oh yeah, you're definitely silver. Damn! Damn, look at you! Blizzard Kit is giving performance in the middle of the clearing, singing and dancing her little heart out. Blizzard Kit is gorgeous! Now, first things first. The game generated her with blue eyes but no white. But, like Breeze Kit, Blizzard needs some extra added white due to log stripe homozygosity, so she can keep the blue. Hooray! The rest of her is... I couldn't decide if she's black silver or blue silver from the kitten sprites. I checked her file to act as a tiebreaker, but it just says silver, which, yeah, duh. So I went back to the sprite guide I used for coding, and the silver there looks black silver to me, so that's what we're going with. She's a tabby through the same means as Light Kit, but has inhibitor just like Breeze Kit. The combo makes her silver. She has one of Poppytail's capital B for black, but for aforementioned surprise cinnamon reasons, I'm leaving all of us capital B black kiddos with a blank just in case. She's also long hair. They all are, duh. Oh, and none of them are dilute, so they each have at least one capital D from either parent. Phew! Everyone mostly survived that, I think. I would die for you, and I hope my apprentice gets named before you become warriors. Actually, one of you is going to become a mediator, but the other two are probably going to be warriors. Anyway, back to hell. Cloverpaw, I guess you're my apprentice now. I wasn't hoping for you, but I will make the best of it. I had a great mentor myself. I had a great Apprenticehood. I am not going to let you get me down, and I'm going to do a good job. Cloverpaw coldly drops a bird at your paws. Good catch, Cloverpaw. You did very good. Before you ask, yes, I did go out on the territory without your... It is day 1 with this bitch! How Tulip Stream you should have gotten, Cloverpaw. I'm at a kitty pet on patrol today. They asked me what it was like to live in a clan. As if I have time to chat with any random cat I come across. You really should have been Cloverpaw's mentor. You would have bonded over being really scared of your sibling dying. And also your sibling dying. Figpaw... You got Basil Storm? Basil Storm sucks! Talking to himself. I'll talk to you, buddy. Troublesome. Oh. Yeah, I think your mentor's a little strict and you're starting to kind of act out about it. If you're tired of always being the good cat, come find me. There's another way. Little scary. Don't like to hear that from my brother. But maybe you're just getting along with mom. Have you seen Bugpaw Cricket Heart? Have I? Is she out? I mean, she's not out warrior training or anything. Never doing that. She's grown up so fast. I just couldn't be more proud. Me too. Especially of the things that she does that aren't battle moves. You being a huge bitch and also super devoutly religious is a little worrying, actually. Where am I? Let's listen to a nice story together. Larchfleck is huddled in the darkest, most secluded corner of camp, seemingly trying to make himself as small as possible. You go check on him, hoping he's not in the middle of another brooding session, when out of nowhere, Shadowkit rushes up to him and prods him with a paw. Larchfleck rises to his paws and smiles softly at Shadowkit, covers... Aww, you do like kids. You're just a bitch about it. Brisket is stomping his little paws on the ground, figuring out how to use them. I think you're already very feisty. You're 2 minutes old and you're already very feisty. Shadowkit shakes his head at you disapprovingly. He has so much to learn. He doesn't like me either. Blizzard Kit, nothing on you yet. Nice name. Considering how dark our family tends to run, that is a very fitting name, even though you aren't fully white. In the meantime, I have an apprentice to take out. And to make my life a little easier, I'm taking Chivepaw, but of course... not Chivepaw. Taking Basil Storm with me. But of course, Basil Storm is the patrol guy, so we're actually going to go on a border patrol. Let's see. Ooh, this... Oh, shit! Hey, those aren't a new set of tunnels. My mom found those. I'll show you around. My tunnel must have been an abandoned badger set. No one... Oh, this is a different set. Okay. So... Well, you know, I still got to use my tunnel experience, even though it wasn't the same set of tunnels. Hopefully Cloverpaw thinks I'm cool now. Because otherwise I think she's going to bully me like a middle schooler. You know, I feel bad. Bugpaw, you know what? Take Gardenia. Oh, yeah, Gardenia Heart totally got a little small cut from, when they went out, and, she stepped on a thorn while they were doing herb gathering. Oh, no. And not... from the battle training they were doing in secret. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what? We haven't done any of these, like, life gen. I avoid doing these as Apprentice because it gives you so much XP, and it's, like, not worth it to be named at age 8. But, you know, now that I'm a warrior, what do we have to lose? A fellow warrior who you have feelings for. Oh, no. She's spending a lot of time with another cat. Summon your courage, express your feelings, to spend more time together. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I have to now. Ew. What do you mean you? What did I do? You said you'd hang out with me. One more run! Oh, Chivebelt expecting kits! Congratulations! That'll be fun for the next episode. Bugpaw is so sure of her skill as a medic when she asked me to choose her own name. Wow! Bugspeckle, hey, congrats! JADECLAW, looking big. Yeah! Oh, yeah, you're all stoic now and aloof because of your shitty mentor. Well, not shitty. Shitty is the wrong word. Very strict mentor. JADECLAW makes sense as a name. He's always been very aggressive, very wanting to get into fights. And I guess he, as a kid, it was like a game. He's like, oh, let's fight the bad cats. And now that his mentor made him a little more serious, a little more considerate of reality and maybe cynical. But he's still my brother, and I still love him. And more importantly, he's helping me warrior train Bugspeckle and fight behind Shadowflake's back. So that's good. Me, Gardenia, Heart, Dustfur, and Jadeclaw, our team, help Bugspeckle be a warrior in secret. So that's fun. We got that going on. In fact, let's send that team out. Let's go, you guys. Dustfur! What's up, my man? Cricket Heart, why is your head drooping? Remember to keep your chin up, because my cousin was murdered! And also, more importantly, because I hate my apprentice. Cloverpaw purrs quietly as she rests in a sunbeam. Her eyes are closed. She looks characteristically content. Good! She seems to realize what she's doing, sits up, and fixes her usual scowl back on her face. No! No, go back to being cute and lazing around, please. Oh, and before I forget, Chifbelt, congrats on the babies! Chifbelt glares off into the distance with an impossible intensity. You ask her what she's thinking about. Trust me, you don't want to know. Probably worried about possibly going to war with Stump Clan while you're pregnant as the deputy. That sounds scary and bad, and I don't think they don't like us lately. I'm a little worried about it, honestly. I'm gonna do one more life gen. You notice an unfamiliar scent in your clan's borders. Uh-oh, it's a responsibility to ensure the clan's safety. Afraid for you to find its source. Are you fuckers trespassing again? I'll bet it's Stump Clan. Well, that was that session. That was my Apprenticehood. I had a great time. Unfortunately, it seems that my mentor didn't. Thanks so much for watching this and for all the lovely comments in the last one. I'm adoring making this series, and I'm always chomping off the bit to continue it. I hope my apprentice is nice to me, and I hope I can turn Gardenia Heart gay. Until next time, bye-bye!